This January, many households will be looking for different ways to make ends meet. While some may dip into their savings, others may consider payday loans and earned wage access, which allows you to access your paycheck before payday. Well, to discuss all of this and more, I'm joined by Deon Nobrega, CEO of Pay Me Now. Deon, good morning. Welcome to the South African Morning. Thank you for your time and the compliments of the new year to you. First, just start by explaining for our viewers what earned wage access is all about.
Morning, Dan. Pleasure to be on the show. Also happy to sort of demystify the term earned wage access, or EWA that people call it colloquially. It's a concept that really drives financial inclusion. It's an alternative to lending, and it really existed because a lot of people get paid monthly, but expenses happen daily, which is a massive disconnect. As you can imagine, maybe you and I put petrol in our car and we budgeted for transport for 2 weeks. We pay our bills potentially monthly, but a lot of South Africans recharge their electricity weekly. They top up their airtime every few days. They need cash in hand to jump into public transport, and being paid monthly, but expenses happen daily is a massive disconnect. So a fintech, I would say, revolution has come about in the last decade, whereby services like Pay Me Now integrates with an employer's payroll system to allow employees access to some of that money that they've already earned throughout the month. So in an easy example, if I earn 30,000 Rand a month, which is a high number, that's 1,000 Rand a day. So on the 10th day of the month, I've actually earned 10,000 Rand. Why can't I get access to some of that just to see me through instead of going to payday lenders or worst case, loan sharks or mashonisas where it's, really unaffordable and extremely dangerous. So in comes the technology. We can do it 10 times cheaper than traditional lending, and we can also do it very responsibly because it's securely delivered through an app.
Okay, now this EWA, I understand globally is doing well, or it's growing. How is it being embraced in South Africa by employers?
Yeah, Dan, so it started in the US, quite funnily, in markets which are obviously very developed, where people do have access to a lot of financial services. So when we rolled this out in 2022 South Africa, I think initially employers were very skeptical. It's a new concept, so everyone's always a little bit hesitant. What is this? It sounds like, potentially a loan. It sounds like something that can get people into trouble. But what we've seen over the last 5 years in South Africa, just on the Pay Me Now service, there are a few other players in the market, which is also brilliant. It means the market has really formed. We, as Pay Me Now, have over 500,000 employees that have access to our service in South Africa alone. We're seeing large retailers, mines, security services, a lot of corporates and employers that employ sort of your traditional blue-collar or lower-income wage earners who have been financially excluded can now benefit from a service where, because of their employer, they are able to access a service that is extremely affordable and it is extremely responsible. And okay. I can tell you a little bit more around.
Sorry. Just in the interest of time, I'm just wondering, is it actually better than taking a payday loan?
Yeah, so Dan, first and foremost, earned wage access doesn't give someone access to everything they've earned throughout the month. So typically how it works is they get access to about 20% of their earnings. So on the end of the month, they don't get access to earned wage access. By about the 10th of the month, when sort of expenses start stacking up, they can draw down some of what they've earned. Now, doing this responsibly was always the top of mind for us as providers of the service. We've been recognized as an ESG player. We've been recognized as something checking the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And how we do that is we give people access to money, seriously cheap. But what we really encourage throughout the app is, instead of getting access to money that they've earned, rather use the service to buy things like necessity products like food, electricity, data, transport vouchers. And what's really incredible, and this has been the evolution of earned wage access, it started off giving people access to money, but now 1 in 2 of all our transactions is actually for necessity products. And the beauty of that is we can do it at totally zero fees. We're super proud of the fact that last year we processed over 7 million transactions on our platform, of which 1 in 2 were at zero fees to the consumer, being the employee, and that was only for necessity products. So it really goes to show that if you can put a product into people's hands really affordably, if not at zero fees, but for responsible use, it drives a good narrative.
Okay, thank you very much for explaining. Thank you very much. That's Deon Nobrega. He's CEO of Pay Me Now. And now let's have a quick look at your markets.